right, we will see you then, Brian. We start every week with our Monday meditation, but there may be certain things stopping some people from trying yoga or meditation. The good news is there are ways to make yoga studios and other community spaces more accessible for everyone, regardless of their background. Let's say good morning to Nicole Walters joining us live. She's the owner of Ahava Collective in Greensboro, which aims to meet all yoga students exactly where they are. Nicole, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning.
So let's first talk about some reasons people may feel excluded from yoga or other community spaces where they can feel like they belong.
Yes, it's a great question, and I love how you framed it, that it's not just yoga studios, it's in a variety of places. And some reasons why some people may feel a bit excluded is for socioeconomic status, people who maybe don't have as much money as it appears other people do in spaces that can be a little intimidating. Size and shape of our bodies can be intimidating. Just various lifestyles and backgrounds and upbringings and a variety of those things. And just in general, just our mobility and where we are physically, especially when it relates to wellness and, physical movement places, that can definitely create a space where you're a little intimidated and don't necessarily feel like you might fit in, so to speak.
And you can speak to Ahava Collective and how you help to prioritize making space for everyone. How do you set those kind of, parameters on how to really run your nonprofit?
Well, we have a wide variety of economic offerings. So first and foremost, if you can't afford to come to our studio, that's why we based it on a nonprofit status. You are welcome to come, even if you can't afford it. And then we try to keep costs minimal, and we have, memberships that are tiered. So it's sort of a pick your own price, right? So it's a way to kind of decide what works best for you. Another thing that we do is myself and everyone that teaches at the collective, we recognize that not any two people have the same lived experience, and each of us strive and continue to educate ourselves collectively and individually on what that means to understand diversity and how to create more inclusive space. So some of that is as simple as just keeping our class numbers small. So we limit our class sizes to 10. So that way it's a bit more approachable than a large crowd. So that's just one simple way.
How do you recommend others can implement similar practices as well throughout their own community and their space that they have with their loved ones?
Well, the first thing that I recommend, regardless of what community or atmosphere you're in, is definitely become inquisitive, ask questions, create a space where people feel safe to come to you if there's something about the space that feels uncomfortable or unsettling with them. Create a space where yourself and, especially if you're someone in a leadership role, take initiative to create space that opens up conversations that can sometimes be uncomfortable at first. But what I have found is the more that we discuss diversity and ways to become inclusive, the more information we learn from one another, then it actually creates a much more safe space for everyone involved.
That makes sense. And Nicole, lastly, speak about the workshop that you are hosting soon.
Yes, so September 10th, I'm going to host a workshop, and this is going to be about a 3-hour workshop, and it's going to be all about how to create safe and inclusive spaces. It will be primarily focused on anyone who uses movement and meditation for, healing practices, whether you teach it or whether you practice it. But it's definitely going to involve a lot of ways that we can, our words and the cues and suggestions that we offer, create more of an empowerment to our students and the people that we're around in order to learn how to make best choices for your own individual body. So it's just this beautiful way that yoga and meditation are so accessible to so many people. It's because they complement each other so well, and it's a practice that you really can individually adapt and create your own plan for what works best for you as an individual.
Well, thank you for sharing all of that, Nicole. This is fantastic. And you at home can find more information on the workshop you heard her mention and all the other offerings at the Collective